So I've went through a lot of BS trying to figure out which way this water control valve goes in this Nissan Altima 2.5 liter V4, or not V4, 4-cylinder. I put it in the way that it came out. The way that it came out was, okay, so here's your housing right here for your water control. So and then first time I took this hose off right here and a couple other hoses, but I've since taken this breather box out right here and some other BS. It's made it a lot easier to get to the bolts that are going that way. Alright, so originally I put it like this, with the springs and the sensor part facing the housing. From what I can tell, that's not right, and I've seen a lot of people doing it backwards, and that's the way mine was sitting when I pulled it out. But you need that sensor part, which is the springs part and the flat part right here towards the block, for it to open, because that is your outward flow to the top of the radiator. So it's going to be coming out. The coolant inside the block is going to be coming into contact with this part. That's the part that's going to open so that it'll come out of this housing and go everywhere else and back to your radiator. From your radiator, from the bottom of your radiator, is going to go to right here to this forward gooseneck. That's where your actual thermostat is. And that thermostat, make sure that the little valve on the thermostat, the little thing that kind of looks like a keychain thing that's going through the hole, make sure that is upwards, because that's going to help you get a good vent, or make sure that it bleeds itself or burps itself. But that one right there, and then that one's going to be facing the block as well. This part, the spring part, in that way, and that's the one coming, and that's the line coming from the bottom of the radiator. And I don't have that gooseneck off yet, but I'm fixing to make sure that I have my my vent that's usually sitting right here. This is the thermostat that I pulled out. See, it has like this little vent right here that has to be facing upwards. See, it says top right there. And then your spring part is going to be inside the block. Now I'm working on a 2014 Nissan Altima right now, but it goes through a lot of years. I've went through a lot of hell trying to figure this out. A lot of people are doing it wrong. Okay, so this is the one coming from the gooseneck that is on the forward side of the engine, going to the bottom of the radiator. This valve has to be up, or this little vent thing has to be upwards. Spring towards the motor. On the control valve right here, we got to make sure, people, that that spring is inside the block. Same with that one, spring inside the block. But this is your water shut off or control valve. It doesn't have that little vent deal like this one does. Alright, just wanted to make that straight, because I was frustrated as hell trying to figure all this shit out, and a lot of people, I think, need to know about this. If you look at the diagrams, if you get the 2 kit, if you look at the diagram, it even shows you, but it's hard to tell in the diagram, like really hard, which way is which. A lot of people are pulling it out from their water control valve, and when they pull it out, this is stuck inside the housing, and they're seeing the nipple, and they're just putting it right back with that like triangle towards the engine. That's wrong. Always putting these spring side, sensor side, in the block. Alright, hope that helped out some people.